Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Mr. Fred and Friends. Now, obviously, you can see I'm not in my studio. I wanted to go someplace where it was safe. But anyhow, I got a very, very cool place here tonight. I am been fortunate enough, and Charlie's one of the owners of this place. I'm going to drag him out here towards the end of the show. But he is one of the owners of the Riverbank down here in downtown Vallejo. And it's at 332 Georgia Street. They have art things here. Snoop Dogg has performed in here. And anyhow, what we're doing is we are setting up a lot of things that we want to do in the future to bring a lot of acts and artists into this. And Charlie has been good enough to let me come down here and shoot my show here. So you'll see, matter of fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to punch this in as I'm talking. I have Keith Kissel. And Keith is walking around and taking pictures of the building. This is a building I'm actually shooting in. This is from the safe going out towards the front right now. And there I am. And there's Charlie sitting right there. We're going to pull Charlie out here in about 45 minutes, but I've got a terrific show for you tonight. I'm going to start, I got a lot of people on tonight, but, I'm going to start with Bonchick, okay? I've been wanting to meet this lady for a long time. She's a heck of a player. And my show next week is going to be, that's what we have, is influential women in paintball. And Bonchick's going to be on, and B. Young is going to be on, and two other influential people in paintball. And let me give you a whole view. As a matter of fact, let me just jump off here. Shout outs real quick because I have so many people coming on here tonight. Then I want to go ahead and I want to. I just so excited down here. I can't begin to tell you. I'm so excited with the people I have on the show tonight. So let me get my shout outs real quick. And I start every week with Mr. Tim Schloss. Now, Tim Schloss has Gateway Paintball in St. Louis, and that's where the WCPL tournament is going to be. And the WCPL tournament is going to be in October the 15th through the 17th. And I got to tell you, I cannot wait to go do that. And I talked to Tim today. Tim and I have been friends for a lot of years. Tim thought he was 21 years old today, and he jumped off the back of his truck and cracked his ribs on tailgate. So anyhow, we want Tim to just get better. That's all there is to it. So Tim Schloss owns Tiger Stripe Camouflage, and I'll be talking more about that next week. We've got a pretty cool plan for Tiger Stripe Camouflage. You're going to absolutely love it. And then I got to say a shout out to Dan and John Colby. They've been my sponsors for over 30 years. And Dan's son just got married. Okay. Now, you know, his one son got married, but Sean just got married too. So, or Shane, excuse me. So he got married Saturday, and we want to give a shout out to Dan because he had his hip replaced this morning. So I talked to him just a little while ago, and he's all hot to trot. He's telling the doctors he wants out of there already. So you guys know Dan, you know. Anyhow, we want Dan to heal up. And Shane, congratulations. Dan's got 2 daughter-in-laws now. Cool. Very, very cool. All right. And his John's son has already been married. And so anyhow, and then Bud Orr. You know what? I can never say enough about Bud Orr. Proud to have him as a friend. And Bud's on the show tonight, too. He's just a terrific guy. You know, all I have to do is say his name. I don't have to get into that. And then Tom Kay. Tom Kay was my second marker sponsor for a lot of years, Airgun Designs. I shot that mag forever. I absolutely loved it. And I still love the mag. I think the mag is still a great gun. You know, back in the day, there was 2 really terrific markers you could use, you know, the autococker and the mag. And then you had Dennis Titman's, and that was a real good marker also. I absolutely love that. And then I got to say hi to Rainey and Juby Boucher. They had Paintball News back in the day. 2 times a month, you could go out to your local field. You could take and pick up a paper that they'd done. It told you what just happened, what was coming up, you know, what was new, what big games were, where all the fields were located. It was absolutely just a terrific paper. I kind of missed that an awful lot, actually. And then Randy Camilla, APG magazine back in the day, gave me my very first cover shot. I want to say hi real quick to Kenny Stewart. Kenny Stewart, he says he loves Tippmann. It's because Kenny Stewart has a general paintball museum. And you want to talk about a Tippmann collection. I got to tell you, I think he's got as much as Dennis Jr. does. He's got some terrific ones. And I got to say hi to Paul Farrell. Paul, first one to jump in today. Ryan Courtney. These are some of the people that watch my show, and I just can't thank them enough. There's not enough thanks for these guys for what they do. And then I got to say hi to Jerry Braun. Jerry Braun had Paintball Sport magazine back in the day, and Jerry Braun has Paintball Sports, The Field, in Newburgh, New York. It's pretty cool. Ross Alexander had Line SI back in the day. Ross Alexander was my very first marker sponsor, and I still have my original Bushmaster I did my first 15-man tournament with. So that's pretty cool. And then I got to say hi to Jim Lively. 2 tournaments back in the day you wanted to do. Jim Lively's Masters, Jerry Braun's World Cup. Both very, very cool. Absolutely loved it. And then I got to say hi to Gino from Belkin. Gino has donated a pair of Belkin pants for the giveaway that the raffle that we're going to be talking about here pretty soon with Scott McDonald. And then I say hi to my 2 little buddies every week. You know, I started out with the Young Guns thing, and the Young Guns thing that actually got me started on was Mark Gong. Mark Gong, very good friend of mine, very, very classy guy. And him and Mike Beard have done just an amazing thing with the team called the Hermans, and that's where I started. I'm starting to branch out a little bit, but my heart is always going to be with the Hermans. They're the best of the best, and the people and the parents that actually have these kids and go out there and support them are terrific. But you're going to meet some other great parents tonight that really support their kids. So I got to say hi to Mark Gong Jr. and Jaden Gong. So, all right, I'm sure everybody's done listening to me. I'm going to bring on a bunch of people here. You know, normally I was going to bring them all on one at a time, but you know what? I'm just going to slam them all on here tonight. But I got to start, obviously, with my buddy, Mr. William Bailey.
Hello.
What's going on, Billy? How you doing this evening, my friend?
I was doing great till I spilt an entire box of miscellaneous O-rings.
Oh.
I have.
Well, they're still miscellaneous anyhow.
They are, yeah. It's not good. It's luckily they're all color coded, so this is all I got left to mix out now. So.
Piece of cake. Go wake Susan up. Have her come out and sort them for you.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, I know. I could pick up on that, man. Yep. So we got some pretty good people on here tonight.
Yes. Huh? Good evening.
And I got Bonchick on.
She's been playing a little while.
I'm like, oh my God, Bonchick's going to be on. You know, I was shaking like Don Knox. I was shaking like Don Knox. But you know, I've calmed down. All it took was 20 beers, and I'm ready to go.
She's not.
And I don't drink. You know,
so intimidating since she's not wearing a German uniform.
Oh yeah. She's what I understand. She's extremely intimidating out on the field.
Yeah.
So
Yes, she is.
she's not just a pretty face. You better look out.
She originated the first team that I know of called the Valkyries. For Oklahoma D-Day. So
Yep, absolutely.
that was back in 2007 or 8. So
Well, I'm going to say hi to Jeff Thompson up in Canada too. What's going on, Jeff? But anyhow, I'm so happy to have her on tonight. We're going to have her on next week, Billy, because we're doing a ladies show, Ladies in Paintball, influential ladies in paintball. Okay, so she's going to be on along with B. Young, and then I'm going to pick 2 more ladies over the course of the week to put on, and then hopefully we can drag Bud out here. Bud loves talking to the women. Yeah, so maybe you and I can go get a sandwich while he takes over. We'll see what happens. So, what do you say, Billy? Let's start dragging some of these people out here tonight. First, I got to show you. I got Keith Kissel is walking around right now, and he's shooting from the top of this bank where I am shooting right now. Yep. Is that cool? Check out this vault behind me.
I know. That thing's awesome. I'd love to have that.
Is that bad? I mean, that baby's like 6 foot tall. It is so cool. I absolutely love it. Yeah, I'd like to have it too. Who wouldn't like to have that, huh? Oh my God. So yeah, we're going to bring Keith back here in a little while. Keith's going to take us around, and towards the end of the show too, I'm going to bring Charlie out here. Charlie's one of the owners of this. He said he's a little camera shy, but a few drinks, he's going to stumble out here. Everything's going to be fine. So I think it's going to be pretty cool. Hey, hi, Charlie. I got Charlie. So no, just stick your head in real quick and say hi to everybody. Absolutely. So this is one of the owners of this riverbank down here.
Hello,
Charlie.
everybody.
Yeah,
welcome to Riverbank.
Yeah, we're going to bring you back out here in a little while. All right, buddy.
Let me know.
I'll let you know. Yeah, we got 26 people watching already. So yeah. Oh wow! Now there's only 17. I think it was your face. Now, anyhow, so. So what do you say, Bill? Let's start dragging some people out here. I'm going to start with Scott McDonald.
Hey, hi, Fred. Hi, Bill.
Scott.
Yeah, we had Scott on last week, and Scott's going to tell us a little bit about the fundraiser that we're doing for the Young Guns. So that ought to be pretty cool.
And I say,
yeah, and then I am going to bring out. Let me see if I can do this here now. Brad and Tellen. Okay, how you guys doing this evening?
Good. Thanks for having us.
Yep. I had Brad and Tellen on last week, and the reason that they're back here is Brad went out to the field. There was a tournament. He hooked up with 2 other guys, a 3-man tournament, and this youngster went out and took 4th place. So, he's back here tonight. I want to congratulate him. Bill wants to congratulate him. Bud wants to congratulate him. And I just think and Mark Gong just did too. So, I think it's very, very cool. And appreciate you guys coming on tonight. So, we got a lot of people on tonight, but I'm going to drag everybody out here real quick. Mr. Bud Orr.
Hi, guys.
Doing,
how you doing?
hey, Bud.
Hey, congratulations on your win. That 4th place, man. That's awesome.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, no, you got it, dude. Keep it up.
There you go. Right on. You couldn't get a better person to tell you congratulations than Bud Orr. Yeah. Absolutely cool. Yeah, very, very cool. And Bud, I got Bonchik on tonight.
Oh, wow.
I know it. God.
That's cool.
Yeah, I almost had to wear a headband because I was like sweating so bad here. I'm like, oh my God. Anyhow, I'm gonna drag her out here in a minute. I mean, my knees are still shaking. I'm not tap dancing down here. Those are my knees shaking, guys. So anyhow, I'm gonna bring out a guy that I met. He moved from one of the Dakotas, either North Dakota or South Dakota. I think there's only 2. Am I right, Billy? Yeah, cool. Okay, yeah. So see, I got that covered. I got it covered.
Well, I think there's West Dakota too, but I'm not.
And you know what? I'm getting refocused right now, so things are working out. So anyhow, I want to please everybody. I talked to this guy. He just, out of nowhere, him and I just started talking, and he just struck me as one of the nicest players I've ever had the chance to meet. So please, everybody, welcome Grant Reagan. How you doing?
Hello, everybody.
What's up, Graham?
Hey, guys.
Hey, Graham.
How
Yeah,
are
we're
all you
gonna,
guys?
we're going to hit you up in a little bit. I ask everybody that's new on this, which you are, how you
Yeah.
got started in paintball. So you might want to rustle that around a little bit in your mind. But first, I got to bring out somebody I've been waiting a long, long time. She watches the show every week, and we're going to talk to her a little bit this week. But next week we're going to highlight her and three other ladies, her and Be Young and two other ladies, because I think what these ladies do for paintball is great, and that's the type of people I absolutely like having on. So please, I am honored. You got that Bond chick honored to bring on Bond chick. How are you doing this evening? Uh-oh. Can you hear us?
Awesome.
Hi, Bond Chick.
Oh,
Uh-oh. We can't hear you.
Uh-oh.
We can't hear you.
Mic button on the bottom.
Sign language.
Yeah. Your mic's not on. Can you hear us now?
Hello?
Survey says. We can't hear you. I don't know if you can hear us, but we can't hear you. We can't hear you. Your mic. You got to turn your mic on.
ah,
Billy, maybe send her a message. Turn your mic
okay.
on. Oh, Bonchik, yeah, I'm so glad that you're on here tonight. I've been looking forward to this for a long time to have you on, and I'm really looking forward to it next week to have you on again. But we can't hear you, so I don't know what to say. When she talks, can anybody else hear? Or is it just me?
I can't hear.
I can't hear. No.
Nope, we can't hear you, sweetie.
I'm sorry, Bond Chick. I'd like to hear you.
Yeah.
Well, she's working on that. Real quick, let me start with Scott. Uh-oh.
Hi, Fred. I was just about to send a
Uh-oh.
mic button at the bottom of the screen, red line through it.
It was. I had to close and restart it actually.
Oh,
Did you? Okay. Well, Scott, real quick. Now, Scott, you're doing we're doing the raffle for the Young Guns.
yes, sir.
And I see you got a board behind you, and you got a bunch of things behind you too. Now, Gino from Velkin has donated a pair of the Velkin pants. Are really cool. They're like $100 pants. And
Nice.
I've got a shirt that we're going to put out there. We had 14 of them made so far. It's the original tiger stripe, but we're going to make it in different colors. I talked to Tim today, and we're going to start making them in different colors. So they're going to be just so many of each one that are going to be made. And this one here, what I'm going to do on this one, it's got my OFG logo and Tim Schloss's. I'm going to sign it. I'm going to send it to Tim, and Tim's going to sign it. We're going to make that also part of the raffle. So
That's
there is only
really rad.
14 of these made.
One of 14.
One of 14.
That's
period.
amazing.
Yep.
That's
Tell
super
us real
rad.
quick some of the other stuff that you've got going.
Okay, for that raffle, Fred said I have 10 minutes. I got a gray area pod pack, Gunfighter Sports, Valken pods for it. I was down at the store the other day. I was like, I need pods for the pod pack, so I picked up 4 pods real quick. We have an Empire Mini GS. I'll open it up real quick. It's got the kit, everything in there. Hold on. Got the rebuild kit, the marker, gold barrel, and it also comes with the free day pass at Playland 707, which comes with it.
Oh,
So
sweet.
come on out, play some paintball with the Young Guns. The Hoppers Aspire IR2. It's got the HK Army Gold speed feed, which matches the marker. And then a really cool colored Ninja 50
I have no
light.
sound.
Ninja 50 light
no
card. Hi,
sound,
Bond
I
Chick.
have no
Are you
mic.
back?
You have no
We can hear
sound?
you.
We can hear you now. We couldn't hear you before.
Oh, but I don't think she can hear us now.
Yeah, I know it.
So we have a Ninja 50 Light, carbon 4500. If you go to a field that's got some questionable paint, we got a Mac Dev barrel kit. It's got 4 sizes: 689, 677, 681, 693. It's a pretty sleek looking kit.
Okay.
We got, hold on, Mark Gong with the Hermans donated a Hermans extra large t-shirt, and then a pair of push pants from his team, size 12, so they're for youth. That's the idea of this raffle, folks, is that we're setting a kid up with a ready to run. Part of that raffle is I sponsored an extra team at King of the Ranch, our local series, and when that kid wins this raffle, they show up there, they're going to have a team to run on that's going to mix with all our youth that are there combined. It's a pretty rad deal. Experienced or not, let's get them in there and play the game of paintball.
Absolutely right.
So paint and entry for that event is paid for. And then Kristen Limon, one of the dads on the team, donated a pair of Exalt elbow pads, Free Flex. Ryan Podesta with 31st Outfitters is going to throw in one of our. I'm super excited about this. Tomorrow we're designing our jersey. We have some logos to choose from a local graphic designer. I'm going down there tomorrow or Thursday, and we're going to get that ball rolling. One of the raffle prizes is going to be a Guns jersey, customized with name and number, and it's going to be pretty rad. It'll go well with the Herman's pants. It'll probably go really well with the Valken pants, but that doesn't matter. It's going to be covered in paint before you know it.
There you go.
And he threw in a barrel swab as well. And then Anthony Portillo from West Coast Sharks has thrown in a push mask, and I'm going to link up with him at some point to get that.
Very, very good. So you got to tell everybody, how can they buy spots on this raffle now? The raffle is going to be, I guess there's going to be 100 spots sold. Is that correct?
There's going to be 100 spots. They're going to be $20 a spot. I'm going to make a post on the North Bay Young Guns page. If it's a private group, you come and show up, and I look at your friend list, and it's Fred and Ryan and a bunch of other folks, and you seem respectable. I'll allow you into the group as the admin. So I know this is a great community. We keep it that way on our private page, and then it'll be shareable. I'm sure Mark Gong will help with sharing that. We helped him out with their raffle. That's where Graylin won his Hormesis and a shocker and so on and so forth. And it really sparked this idea to fund our team's jersey. That's what the raffle is for. So I'm going to put pictures with the description, all the prizes, QR codes for the PayPal, QR code for the Venmo on my page. Get it out there and share it. As soon as the slots are filled, we're either going to use random.org or I'm trying to track down an old-fashioned bingo cage right now, which would look really good in that bank.
Sounds good, Scott. So if people wanted to, now you're going to put this up online, you're going to get this up and running, right? So they can buy their spots? Where do they go to?
I'm going to do the post tomorrow. They can go to North Bay Young Guns, and it's spelled Y-U-N-G, and then Guns is G-U-N-Z. And then, hi, Bonchick.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yeah.
you hear us.
All right.
Look
Very
at that,
cool.
would you?
Very cool.
It's
We're gonna get
working.
to you in a minute. We're just talking to Scott right now about the raffle that we're doing for the Young Guns team. And
Wonderful.
he was just listing off the prizes, and he's just going to tell us real quick how they can get a hold of, when they call in and they pick their spot, they can pick their number, correct?
Yeah, they can pick numbers or they can do random numbers. I will inform them if their numbers are already chosen. And I'll be handling all that traffic and taking care of all that. I'm going to do the list below the post, just like the Hermans did recently. So you'll see everybody that's on that list on the post as it stays active. And then I'll just plug the names in as we go. And then I will do a paid after the names that paid. You can get your slots, pay me tomorrow, but we don't run the raffle till everybody pays. So
Sounds good, Scott. Well,
Yeah, for
Scott, I
sure.
appreciate very much you coming on tonight, and I'm probably going to have Scott on again next week for a few minutes, so we can talk about more prizes that come up. So, Scott,
We're really
Fantastic prizes.
go ahead, Scott.
we're really excited about paintball right now. We're doing a dine and donate, which you can find on the page at Mountain Mike's here in Roanoke Park. I've shared it to the world, so we're going to sell them out of pizza hopefully.
Now, tell us when that is.
August 31st from 5 to 10 p.m. Mountain Mike's Pizza, Roanoke Park, California.
Yep, I'll be there.
The Young Guns will be there. Hopefully all of them. We'll see how that works out. We'll be in some paintball gear. That's what those boards are for. We're giving our nods to King of the Ranch and West Coast Adventure Park, West Coast Sharks, Herman's, Ryan Podesta Gunfighter Sports, Playland, our two sponsors, Wilderness Athlete and West Coast Archery Shop. So that's
cool.
it's gonna be a fun night. They're gonna be playing NXL events on the TVs. There's like 6 or 7 TVs. It's gonna be a pretty rad atmosphere. I'm looking forward to it.
Very cool. So this is Wednesday night, right?
Wednesday, August 31st from 5 to 10 p.m.
Cool. So I'll stop eating probably Saturday afternoon sometime.
Perfect.
So I'll be ready for you.
They have a pizza called the Mountain.
Oh, I eat at Mountain Mike's down here all the time.
Oh,
I'm a
so
pizza
good.
freak. Real quick before I got to click you off in a minute here, but real quick before I do that, a friend of mine, I'm actually wearing his Ultra Silk shirt tonight. Cesar Pizzo just bought a pizzeria.
Nice.
Yep, up in Michigan someplace. So,
Nice.
yeah, he called me just a little while ago, and he goes, "Hey, did you get my post?" I go, "No, what?" He goes, "I just bought a pizzeria." And I go, "Well, if you're not going to send me pizzas, don't tell me about it." So, but I guess I'm going to go up to Michigan sometime, and we'll check it out. So, anyhow, Scott, I appreciate very much you coming on tonight, buddy. And
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
We'll have you next week. There's going to be more prizes coming in. We're going to get a heck of a package. So if you get a chance, you're going to want to check into this. It's going to be whoever wins this is going to get a lot of stuff, a lot of cool stuff.
I personally hope they're local. Him or her, like if they can take advantage of the entry in the paint and show up with this kit and run with our kids at that event. I mean, I can't even tell you the electricity that would be in the air if a ragtag walk. The name of the team's the Walk-Ons. If they show up and it's just a random team every round, if they start pulling wins throughout the day, the place will go off.
Very cool, Scott.
It'll be pretty rad.
All right, buddy. You have a good evening, and I'll
Awesome.
see you next Tuesday and Wednesday.
Thank you, sir. You have a good evening as well.
Thanks for your work, Scott.
Have a good one.
Yeah, no worries.
All right, everybody. It was Mr. Scott McDonald working really, really hard for the Young Guns team, and so am I. I want to give a shout out real quick. Connor Mayor Bryant is watching us from Australia right now. Connor's a very, very cool guy. Very good. Let me see here. He is saying hi to Bonchik. Uh-oh, somebody got a phone call coming in.
That's Bud.
That's me.
It's yours, Bill?
No, it's
No,
Bud.
it's me.
Oh,
Someone's trying to sell him something.
At least the dogs aren't barking.
yeah. Well, you want to buy an autococker?
Say what?
Well, I want to get up real quick to tell him, Bonchik, I'm not forgetting about you. You're not going to be forgot at all. We're going to do a big part with you in a few minutes here. But I gotta thank Talon for coming back on and his father Brad, because we had him on last week and they were just two terrific people. And you can see why Talon is going to be good for the sport, because his dad is to me the same way. What do you think, Bud?
Oh, great. Got a smile on his face too. I like that.
Both of them.
Look at that, man! I can see.
He always looks like he's up
Oh
to no
my
good.
goodness!
I know it. It looks like the young version, the old version. That's so
Oh
cool.
heck yeah! Hey, you keep
Don't worry,
up the
Colin.
good.
You're the young version.
Yeah, you Talon, you keep up the good work, man. You got a positive attitude, and don't never ever lose that attitude, no matter what. And you'll be really successful, dude. Yeah, I'm proud of you.
Yeah, we're all very, very proud of you for doing that. And to go out and you got to be pretty proud of the parent too, everybody. I don't believe that Talon would have been out there without Brad. I think Brad is kind of guiding his son in a terrific direction, terrific for our sport, and just terrific for everything. And Mark Gong, he just said, Tellen needs to come home for the tournament.
That's 2 weeks in a row now. He's been throwing his subliminal messages that
We
way.
we think
I love Mark. I got to tell you, Mark's turning into a heck of a promoter. He's a good guy. So, Talon, the guys that you hooked up with and you played, are you going to get a chance to play alongside them guys again?
I think one of them they play at Outlaw. Is their local. I'm not sure about the other person though, but I'm sure we can find a way.
Hey, let me ask you, how did you hook up with them? You knew there was a tournament, right?
we found out Friday night. It popped up on one of the Facebook groups, and we signed him up Friday night. We headed up there 6:00 Saturday morning, and it was a random draw tournament. So he had signed up, and he was the youngest guy there, and he was just selected with two other players, Sebastian and Zach. And that was the first time they'd ever met or ever played together. It was the first time he saw the field. So, he did what he could. It turned out really well.
Oh, very cool. I mean, you couldn't be any more proud. I mean, that is outstanding. And Talon, I want you to understand that's why you're back on the show again this week. First of all, winning the tournament, the big thing. But attitude to me for our sport is everything. I just I love pushing the people that I think are going to be very, very good for our sport and make our sport grow. And attitude to me is way ahead of playing. And I think that I liked your attitude last week. I liked your dad. I got to tell everybody too, when the show was over last week and I clicked these guys off, I could still see them in the green room. And I got to tell you, after I clicked off, I had to laugh because they're high-fiving each other. Man, it was about as cool a thing. I almost clicked you back on so people could see that, but that was outstanding.
We're really excited to be on and to be around such great guys and such great influences in the sport and be able to show Talon the camaraderie through all the different eras of paintball. The things that I liked when I was playing and how the times have changed. I like for him to be able to see all the different aspects of that. So I was really excited to be on the show.
Well, Brad, that's one thing I stress, and that's why I give the shout outs at the beginning of the show, because, if you go back in time, and Bud knows and Bill knows this, paintball, when we started paintball, there was no fields anywhere. You couldn't go down that store and buy paintball. I mean, it was very, very hard to find a place that sold it. And then everywhere you went, you told people you played paintball. First of all, they go ping pong. I go, no.
Yeah,
Paintball.
right.
Yeah, I know it. Yeah. And I go, no, it's paintball. And then, then the war thing came out. Oh my God, you guys are warmongers, and Bud will tell you, we worked very, very hard for a lot of years to make people understand that this is a sport like any other sport. And this is just a very high level sport. I mean, if you want to get an adrenaline rush, get out there and play paintball. Yeah. Am I right, Bud?
Oh, yeah. I tell people, I ask them if they ever played paintball, and they say, well, no, not really. I said, don't never play it because you will drop everything you do now and start playing paintball. I mean, that's what I did. I mean, I have a history of doing all kinds. I just threw it all away and got into paintball. And I made a lot of people aggravated. So, but that's okay. I enjoyed the heck out of it. And the father and son team right there is, you can't beat that. I mean, as long as he's got support from dad, he'll go a long way. I'm telling you. I love to see that in this industry, father and son. Oh, geez, it's just fantastic.
It is, and the support from the parent. I mean, you just got to admit it's got to be like 50 to 75% of the kid going out to do that, because without the parent behind them, it's very hard for somebody that age to get out and do something like this.
That's 100% right there. You said it all right there.
Yep. So when I take my hats off to good players that are up and coming, I also take my hats off to the parents that, it's just like being married. Behind every successful guy, there's a woman pushing him. So that's the same way. With some of these youngsters. Their parents are out there like Mark Gong. These guys are out there working very, very hard for these kids. You just got to be so proud of them and absolutely love it.
Well, Talon's got to keep smiling, man, because if he keeps smiling, he's going to melt a lot of people.
Oh, we're going to make Talon a star, man. That's what we're doing.
Oh, heck yeah, man. Look at that
yeah.
smile. I love
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
I mean, and this kid can be so popular in a couple of years, his dad's going to be wearing a chauffeur's hat. So, I mean, probably wearing a chauffeur's hat now.
He's a great kid. One of these days, I'll fly out and meet him.
Oh, it would be an honor.
Yeah, it would be awesome.
Oh, heck yeah.
Well,
I like to see kids like that, man. It's fantastic. I mean,
maybe I'll come down and grab you sometime, Bud, and we'll slide over to Texas and play some paintball with Graham and Brad and Talon.
I'd love to.
Please,
do that.
please.
Yeah, we should plan on something like that for the beginning of next year.
I'm in.
Yeah, I'll come and pick you up, and we'll just kind of slide over that way.
Just give us a date. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That
would
now,
be a
real
blast.
quick, it would be, and I'm going to jump to Graham real quick. Graham, I met Graham online out of nowhere. He took and he got a hold of me, and some of the things he said I thought were it just blew me away. I was very, very happy to converse back and forth with him and finally get to meet him like I am tonight. And I'm hoping that somehow you're going to get to link up with Brad and Talon, because I think you guys, I think that would be terrific.
Oh,
so
please.
real quick, Graham, because I got to jump over to Bonchick here in a minute, but real quick, I want you to tell us, how'd you get started in paintball, my friend?
So I started, back in 7th grade, give or take. I met a friend named Houston, ironically enough, that I live here in Texas now. They actually weren't from Texas at all, just pretty unique. And he had paintball guns. He, was a family that hunted, and so I think it was a bit of a way for them to learn, a little bit of gun safety with safeties and stuff like that, and fingers on the trigger when you mean to. And I found out that it was a game through him, and ended up, borrowing his brother's gun, and we were, running around pastures and shooting each other as, whenever we could afford paintballs. Well, whenever our parents would lend us enough money to afford paintballs. And then, I just absolutely fell in love with it, found out that there was a competitive aspect to it, and then met some people that we were able to get into a team and play in North Dakota. And, took a little bit of a break from it throughout my earlier 20s, and always followed, the competitive scene when I could. And as soon as I knew I was moving down here to Texas, which, it and the southern part of California, you'd say pretty easily are the meccas for paintball. I mean, I knew it was all go, and met a team, and we're getting that going. And I filled in for a team out of San Angelo, played with them, which, by the way, Talon, filling in with a team, people that you haven't played before, like played with before, trusting them and how they're going to play. I mean, that's the fact that you guys were able to pull that off is resounding, really. And Brad, really good on you for helping him do that. And that's fantastic. I'm envious, truly. And we'll get together and we'll play together. But I'm loving Texas so far, and doing what we can at the field. We play in Outlaw in Pflugerville, and we try to get all the kids, to be motivated and excited to play. Ask them if they got kills, or ask them if it hurt really. And, none of them, I was fine. We're ready to do it again. And it's really grown, I think. I think more people end up out there pretty much every week. So I'm loving it.
We got a Facebook user that said it was my honor to play with you, Graham Patrick. So it says Facebook user. I don't know who it is, but that's pretty cool. It really is. And, I got to meet Graham. It was just out of a fluke, actually. And actually, after I got to know him and everything, like, I sent him one of my headbands because that was that much of an impact that he made on me when we talked. And I just thought that was so absolutely cool. Yep.
Well, I had written that I was just so extremely appreciative of Brass Eagle, really, that you were able to make affordable guns, and affordable means and
That's
easy
correct.
means. I mean, in North Dakota, it's not like there's paintball stores, so that they were able to go to Walmart, my friends, and purchase guns, purchase hoppers, CO2 tanks, whatever it was. So you made it easily accessible for us. And I mean, what we owe to you to just be able to run around in a pasture and shoot each other, and I mean, the hours and hours and hours of fun that we had. I mean, I couldn't tip my hat enough to you. That was huge.
Well, I
To
appreciate that very
you're
much.
you're surely one of the biggest proprietors for the sport, I think, ever. Really.
Well, I appreciate that very much. You're on with some very important guys here
Oh, I
tonight.
know.
I mean,
I'm.
the best, probably one of the best market makers ever, Bud
Oh,
Orr. Bill Bailey with one of
Glad
the
to
best
see you, man.
museums out there. Bonchick with one of the best names for a female player out
yeah.
there. I mean, yeah, and then and Kiko up there. Yep, I got Kiko up in the balcony up there, and then now we're bringing up Tellen, and
Golly.
I think you're surrounded by some pretty cool people tonight, my friend.
Oh yeah, I'm doing my best. I think I'm doing a good job of being able to speak with how flattered really I am, and just humbled with this opportunity to talk with you guys. I mean, you, Mr. Schultz, but I mean, Blood or Bill Bailey.
Fred.
Come on, this is insane.
You're the
Well,
man. You're the
yeah.
man.
Well, and just like Tellen, you're the kind of people that make paintball bigger and better. Am I right, Bud?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
He's listen to him tonight. He's all positive, and that's what we need. I mean, the guy's awesome, and he comes from a great part of the country too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
North Dakota.
Yeah, it's a shame you didn't hit any of them oil rights up there.
Oh, try to stay away from those. That got pretty crazy there.
Yeah, I bet it did.
Oh,
So,
golly.
I don't know if you've ever met her before, but I have waited, God, for a long time to meet this lady. I have talked to her online. I know it. And I kept asking everybody, do you know Bond Chick? And they're going, oh, I might. And I walk, come on, guys. So, Bond Chick, I am so pleased to meet you tonight, young lady. And I am absolutely looking forward to next week having you back on the show along with B Young and a couple other ones. So I got to hit you up with this. Everybody, I always have to ask this. How did you get started in paintball? Oh, no.
No.
Not again. Not again.
No, Mike.
We
Can't hear
hear
you.
you.
Oh, no. Sweetie, if you can hear us, work on that this week because I've waited for 2 years to talk to you.
Oh my God, my heart's dropping.
I think it's a conspiracy, friend.
Oh my God. I've waited so long to talk to her because she's, the pictures I've seen of her, she just made such an impression on me. It's been incredible. So, I'm all excited all this time I'm waiting, last 24 hours, I'm like, oh my God, it's going to be cool. I got Talon on, Bud, Bonchick, Graham. It's going to be one heck of a show. Me and Billy can just rock out. And now we can't hear you.
Push the little red button. It
I'm
has a
sorry,
mic
Bone
on
Chick.
it.
Yeah. He said, push the little red button.
There's a little red button on the screen that says mic.
No.
Oh, not that button.
Studio.
She's gonna come back on. She'll come
Yeah.
back on.
Come back on. She'll be able to talk.
Great advice, Bud.
Oh, I didn't run her off. I swear I did. I swear.
Oh my God, I'm loving it. Oh, that is so funny. Yep, there she is again. Here we go. Let's try it one more time.
Come on.
We're going to try it again. Come on, baby. Here we go.
Can you hear me now?
We
Yeah.
can hear you now. Yay.
Mr. Schultz, thank you for having me on. Bud Orr,
All
I love
right.
you. Bill
Thank you.
Bailey, look
Thank
at
you.
me.
No.
Well,
Look at
I got
this.
to tell you, sweetie, I have been waiting to talk to you, to meet you face to
I'm
face.
so excited to talk to you, and this is just ridiculous. I have been so excited for this night, and look at this. This is crazy.
Well, yeah, but you know what? We're gonna make it happen next week for sure. When you come on, hopefully it'll be just like it is right now.
No, it won't. I got started in paintball because of my sons. They went to Oklahoma D-Day and they came back completely changed. And I wanted to know what that was all about. What changed them? It was just a game, right?
Right.
And they no longer play. And I've been in since 2008. Bill Bailey was my field marshal, being on the German side for the Fallschirmjägers.
Very cool. So you just kind of got stuck with it now, huh? You're loving it. Because I see some of the pictures of you, man. They're hot. They look great. You look like you're into it. Oh, no.
Again.
Not again.
That bad connection or something.
Oh,
Mine was doing that when I had an external speaker and camera, and the cord was bad.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Shake the cord.
Well, can you hear me? Not if you can hear me. Okay. So much for that. Oh, Bond girl. Well, sweetie, wait. I know it.
She's so cute.
Well, next week we're going to have her back on, so hopefully we can get this straightened out within the next week. She's good to look at, but I sure definitely wanted to talk to her. That would have been so cool.
At the Super Game last year, I was walking through the player area, and these two players come walking towards me, and one was all decked out in costume and wearing her goggles, and I looked right at her, and she goes like this, and I was like, whoop. I thought she was cutting her own throat, but it was 007, the Bond chick on her gator mail.
Got it.
Name. And I was like, oh, Bond chick. I didn't recognize her in costume.
I didn't want to assume there was any relation to James Bond. I didn't want to get into that, but that's cool. That's kind of what that is.
It is. Oh, she's cute enough to be a Bond girl. Hey, no problem. Oh, here she's on. Let's try it again.
My wife is watching. I won't say anything.
Survey says, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear.
Hello, Bond chick.
Hello, Bond chick.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh. Anyhow, everybody, she went and played the Super Game. That's what she was going to come on tonight. We were going to talk about the Super Game that she just went to. But hopefully next week we can get this all ironed out and get her back on. But I gotta tell you though, Graham, having you on, having Talon on, having Bud and Bill on, you guys have been just absolutely great. You really, really have. I'm very, very happy that I got to meet you, Graham. And
Yeah,
Bud, that's how I got to meet Graham. Is he texted me. I didn't know him. I don't even think we were friends on Facebook to start with. And he just sent the thing out saying, thanking me so much for the Brass Eagle stuff, because, it was at a point where, you could go out and buy something cheap to go try it out to have a good time. And that's what started our relation. And I am very, very, very proud to have him as a friend now. And Talon, I think if you guys hook up with Graham, I think you guys could probably do some pretty cool stuff for paintball down there too.
I've heard a lot from about Graham, and it's all positive. It's really cool. So you're in the group, dude, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, well, we talk about you. Yeah, we talk about you, buddy.
I'm too humbled. That's too much for just a North Dakota guy like me. That's
hey, you know what? You know what I tell everybody? We all put our pants on the same way, one leg at a time. So,
not you and Bud, or I don't believe that. That's
no. Bud and I do. Bud and I have been friends for a long, long time, and the only time I see him put his pants on backwards was when he was drunk. And other than that,
hey, you shouldn't say that. Don't tell that, man.
I still got the pictures, pal. I still got the pictures.
Oh shit! No. Oh my God! Don't show them on Facebook, please.
I love
him like a true friend.
Take a shower with one sock still on.
I love it. But Graham, I just think that I'm very, very glad to have met you. I really am.
Yeah, no, this was fantastic. I try not to brag to too many people that I speak with Fred Schultz directly, personally, on a a friend level. But after tonight, I don't know what's going to happen. I feel like maybe my inbox will blow up. I don't know.
You get my number. You got my number, dude. Anytime.
Yeah.
That would be
There you
unbelievable.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you get into this inner circle, this is a good inner circle to be with, my friend. Take my word for it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I want to bring in Charlie here. Charlie is one of the owners of this bank. Charlie, can I get you to come over here? So I want to bring Charlie in. Charlie is one of the owners of this bank, and this is just, I am so pleased that he let me come down here and do this. And and Kiko too. I want to thank Kiko. I'm going to show you guys. There's Kiko at work right there, everybody. That's it. That's Kiko at work.
Is he picking his nose? I don't believe that.
Yeah, of course he is.
Oh, okay. There you go, Pico.
Yeah, I gotta love him, man. Anyhow, this is. Let me put this down a little bit. Slide over here, Charlie. Slide in a little more.
Hello, everybody.
This is Charlie. This is one of the owners
Hey,
of
Charlie.
the fabulous bank. I'd like you to meet Graham, Bud, Talon,
guys?
and his dad, Brad,
Welcome.
and William Bailey.
I'd like to welcome all of you to Riverbank. I am not a paintball person, and when I first met this guy, I wasn't exactly sure why Riverbank wanted so much to host Fred and paintball. And I realized after thinking about it, Fred is just a people person. He's very sincere and he's passionate about what he does. And I feel like maybe we're friends. I have no idea. I hope this continues. I'd love for you guys to keep coming back. He's obviously very excited about this thing, and he loves this stuff. And I think it's great. I think it's really, really awesome. And again, welcome to Riverbank. We're just an old bank in downtown Vallejo. We are still trying to figure out exactly what we're going to do here, but it seems to be around events and music. I don't know if you can hear the acoustics from your end. It's very bright. So we're getting some recordings and things like that happening. We've had some parties here. And again, you're welcome anytime. It's really an honor to have you guys.
Real quick, I want to tell you some of the things that this guy's done. Now, he's worked on different gaming. Tell him some of the stuff you know.
Now you want me to brag.
Yeah, I want you to brag. Come on.
Yeah.
Well, years
Get
ago,
it
I
on.
was an artist, and I've worked as an artist my whole life. It's all I could ever do. And I come from a poor working class community in San Francisco, and I knew that as an artist, I was going to have to figure out a way to make a living. So I ended up becoming a production artist in gaming and special effects. So I don't know if there are any gamers out there, but I did a lot of work on a game called Sim City and The Sims and Tetris and Star Trek's Paramount and some movies and stuff like that. And, just a production artist. And it was through that I was able to make some extra money. And then about 22 years ago, we purchased this old building in downtown Vallejo. Nobody wanted anything down here, so we're not rich. It's just we got this building real cheap. And really bought it before we even knew what the heck we were going to do with it. We'd heard rumors that they were thinking of knocking it down, so we thought, well, what the heck, let's just pick it up. So we've been doing stuff that fits the nature of the building. So is that all right?
That wasn't bad.
That wasn't too bad. I don't do this real well, so I apologize.
Hey, guys.
He's like an expert.
He's reading it. He's reading all this.
This guy is like, regular Henny Youngman here. I mean, he knows it. All right, go ahead. Go on.
Yeah. First of all, I can't thank you enough for letting me come down here to do this. But he's had Snoop Dogg here doing things.
I didn't even know who he was. I went up, this guy walked up to me and started talking about the bank. And these young women who I was talking with just start laughing. And when he walked away, he got called on a shoot inside the building. They looked at me and said, "You don't even know who that was, do you?" And I said, "I have no idea who that was, but he's a nice guy." So there you go. That's my Snoop Dogg story.
Well, what we're going to do is we want to take and we want to start expanding some of the events that are down here in downtown Vallejo. So I'm going to start working with Charlie here on putting some events together. So anybody out there, if you're looking for just a terrific place to hold an event, I think this would be the ticket down here. I've had a lot of fun down here.
we're looking for a color scheme, and I'm thinking maybe I just invite a bunch of you guys down here with a bunch of different colors and start shooting. Yeah. I'm just kidding.
We're on. You're
All right, yeah, I
already
can see
said
that.
it.
So anyway,
Graham, what kind is that? No, stick tight.
no, I'm good. I just want to.
It's a Dye Ironman M3.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
That's beautiful. What is it?
That's the Dye Ironman M3 Plus.
That's what you've been playing with?
Yeah. Good friends with Nick Sloviak as well. So big shout out to him. But obviously he didn't help me procure this, but he did help me get the shirt. Gotta help represent him too.
Very cool. Oh no, absolutely, no problem at all. You see, Kiko. Kiko, turn around. Oh no, we already seen you sleeping. That's right. Yeah. So I hated to wake you up like that. So But we've got another young man over here that he's kind of our technical guy. They're standing right behind us. This is good.
All right, this is Aiden McCune. Go ahead.
Pleasure. Yeah, my name's Aiden. I've been doing some technical work with Charlie around the bank, getting the internet set up, unified IP, things like that. But recently we've been doing a lot more things around like recording. It's, kind of funny. We have Fred in here today. We're trying to get the venue open to more things streaming. That's kind of where things are going as far as in the entertainment business these days. So not only hosting events and recording them in the bank, but also streaming them live. We actually, in October, we have the Oakland Jazz Choir coming into the bank to do a recording. And every second Friday, so the next one coming up on September 9th, we've been doing hosting events in the outside lot and also in the building for live music as part of the Vallejo Art Walk initiative, which is, just a community art initiative in Vallejo to kind of spur development in the downtown.
That's kind of what we're going to be working on here in the future is maybe start highlighting every week a different artist, either a band or, a regular artist.
It's fun. We've got music playing. We got the pizza oven going. And,
oh, God, the pizza was great.
Have you ever done like a wine tasting or beer tasting there?
We're actually talking about that. We've got a bar here that's about 65 feet long. So we're hoping
I do some live music and just when they're doing the art walk and just do a wine or beer. Craft beer has always been big. Just do wine and beer.
Where are you located?
Missouri.
You're in Missouri?
Missouri. Yeah.
Oh, hell, you're not far. Come on out, man.
I try to every once in a while.
You're welcome anytime.
What I'm hearing is if you got beer, Bill and I'll be there.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
That's the funny part. I don't even drink beer.
There you go.
All right.
Okay, so I'm going to start. I have just about blown. I want you to stick tight. Nope, you stay here. Stay here.
You won't let me go.
No. So Brad and Tellen, I'm going to let you say goodbye to everybody. But Tellen, one more time, I want to congratulate you for getting out there and taking fourth place in that tournament. And Brad, I want to congratulate you for having a terrific son.
Oh, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. We work hard, and I'm really proud of him.
My hat's off to both of you.
Yeah. And you, Talon, for having a terrific father.
So, go ahead. I'm going to let you say goodbye to everybody, Talon. I'm looking forward to having you back on again sometime in the future, my friend. And I hope you link up with Graham. I think I think that you two are terrific for paintball, and I think that would be something very good.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys
thank you
all
very
very
much.
much for having us.
Bye, Bud. Bye, Bill. Bye, Fred.
Take care.
Nice
seeing you.
Thanks for coming to visit Riverbank.
Congratulations.
You guys have a good evening now, all right?
Thank you guys. You too.
All right, bye-bye. What a great bunch.
Mm-hmm.
Some super cool. I hope you hook up with them, Graham. I really do. I think
absolutely. I'll message you after this, and I'll see if you can either give me their Facebook page or their number.
Yeah, it's Brad Bourne.
Okay.
Yep, BORN. So
you're right.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, he's
that's why the kid's so. That's why the kid's such a BA because he's like Jason Bourne.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Give Brad my number.
Okay.
Okay.
And Graham.
Graham. Graham.
Yeah.
Graham.
Yep, no problem. See, Graham, look at that. Now, look at that. I'm making a star out of you, my friend.
I am having my brain hasn't really caught up to this yet. That I'm talking about or Bill Bailey and Fred Schultz. This is just I don't know what happened. I don't know how my life took such a juncture. It's like as soon as I decided to get in my truck and start driving from North Dakota to Texas, things just became awesome. I don't.
Wait, I'll tell you what started it, Graham, is when you took and you texted me thanking me for getting you started, so people could take and afford stuff for, with Brass Eagle. That's what really started. That's what made me want to talk to you.
That's fantastic. I mean, it shows like the power of just communication, and that's a big part of paintball. Surely is getting the message out and getting events out that are easily accessible by people, whether it be simply watching them on YouTube. Go Sports, I think, is a pretty good proprietor for the sport. But I mean, like I said, I was able to message Nick Sloviak and become good enough friends with him, and I think everybody in paintball is humble, and I think they're really just themselves role models for the sport.
Well, we appreciate the way you come across. I could not wait to meet you face to face, and so now my next step is I can't wait to shake your hand.
Please. Either in Austin, Texas, or I got to go to Missouri, I guess, right?
Yeah. Well, Bud and I might slide over there sometime and check it out.
Yeah, absolutely. Austin, Dallas, San Antonio, even Houston's close enough. So
Would you go play paintball with us?
Texas, you let me know. What's that?
I said, would you go play paintball with us?
Oh my gosh! I mean, if I could get my heart to not explode out of excitement, yes, by all means.
Well, Graham, I'm going to let you say goodbye to everybody, and I want to start right off the top by thanking you so much for coming on tonight.
No, I just let me just start off with thanking you so much for having me. Like I said, this is an unbelievable opportunity for me. I'm just in my 30s, plant worker, coal worker from North Dakota, and this is just crazy for me. So it's humbling to meet you, Bud Orr, William Bailey, and Mr. Fred Schultz yourself. So this is a night for the books for sure.
Very good.
Hang on, brother, because you're on for a ride.
There you go. Yeah.
Sure.
Anything I can do in any way, please let me know. I would love to help any of you, whatever it is that you're doing. I have some writing skills, some good communication skills. Anything, please.
You're on. You're
right on. All right, Graham. You have a good evening, my friend.
You too. Cheers, guys.
Take care.
Bye-bye. What a great guy, huh? He was absolutely terrific. Yeah, I'm back in the Amazon now.
Yeah.
Hey, that guy next to you right there, Fred, does he smile?
What's that?
That guy next to you, does he smile very often?
Oh, yeah, he smiles. Watch it.
Tickly or something.
Too much. You don't see it with the hair on the chin there.
Hey,
I can't compare to his. Look at that glow of teeth, for God's sake. Anyway.
All paid for, too.
You traveled the world. Have you ever been to Cordelia's?
Cordelia?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's where I lived for many years.
Really?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
I just took my daughter up to Chico, and we go up to Cordelia's soon, and
yeah, I was just up there Sunday. Yep.
Yeah.
So I was stationed at Travis.
Okay. I got an uncle up there who was retired Air Force, and he and his wife live up there with a bunch of Air Force buddies up at Travis.
Oh yeah, no, it's great. You're in a great area, my friend. Great area. I'm gonna come up and see you. I'll come up and see you.
Sounds good.
Come on by. Absolutely.
All right, Bud, I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. Once again, you've been a friend of mine for a lot of years. I can't ever even tell you how much it means to be your friend and how much I appreciate you coming on my show. But I'm going to let you say goodbye to everybody.
That's a two-way street, my brother. Take care. See you next week or whenever. And love you all.
Well, you're going to come out with the girls next week, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you better invite me. I'll talk to you after.
I'm going to give you a little small box. Right on, brother.
I hope my speaker works.
I'll be up in my corner.
All right, you guys take care. I love you guys.
All right. Tell Kathy I said hi.
You do the same. Bye-bye.
All right, brother. Bye-bye. All right, everybody. Mr. Bud Orr. You can't ever say enough about him, huh, Billy?
No.
Yeah.
Great guy. Everybody's great tonight. It's awesome.
Bill has a paintball museum. What you see behind,
wow.
what you no, that's not the museum.
Oh, all right.
That's
I don't know what I'm looking at,
that's
but I'm just impressed.
that's
anyway.
that's his little shop, and that's probably 5% of what he really has.
Most of those guns, Bud built. This is the model that Bud builds. Yeah.
This
That
is
was a
Jeff
company-
Thompson.
Where are you in Missouri?
Springfield.
Springfield, Missouri. All right. Is the museum a pretty good sized museum?
Yeah, well, it's a traveling museum.
Traveling museum. He takes it to events. Got a big, huge trailer.
big
You ever get to
and then
California?
sets up.
But we don't bring the. I do go up there about twice a year, but we don't bring the museum. It's too far.
Too
It's
much.
big.
It's too much.
I
Yeah.
got it.
Sets
I
up
got it.
huge
I got it.
tents and everything like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
So,
yeah. That's fantastic.
all right, Billy. Well, I'm gonna let you say goodbye to everybody.
All right, Charlie. Nice meeting you. Fred, we'll
Likewise, man. If
see
you're ever in California, look
see you
us
in
up.
person in October. Yeah, yeah.
All right.
We'll
We're here.
make
We ain't going anywhere. All right.
no, I don't think so. You know, it's a beautiful building. It's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yep.
We're stewards. That's all we are.
Yeah.
We'll be here long after I'm
Oh,
gone. Thank you. Come by.
bye, Kingo.
All right, Billy. All right, everybody. I want to thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Thanks again. That's Jeff Thompson. Just had a good show. Jeff's up in Canada
All right.
watching us. They watched this. Connor, he's in Australia. He was watching
wow.
us live tonight
All right.
too.
That's great.
So everybody, I want to thank you again so much for watching us tonight. I want to go ahead and I want to thank Charlie for giving me the privilege of coming down here to Riverbank in Vallejo, California here and shooting my show here tonight because it was
It was a pleasure. It was our pleasure.
it
was great. This was really fun.
it was absolutely terrific. I can't
Kumbaya
thank you
moment,
enough.
man. We're having a kumbaya. No, anytime. Let us know. I mean, we're happy to have you.
I appreciate it so much. So everybody, we ran a little long. When you get great people on like this, it's kind of hard not to. I could probably do a show for a week long just with Bud by himself. You know, Bud and Graham and Billy and Kiko and all of us, we could sit and talk forever. But anyhow, I want to thank you so much for watching us tonight. I want you to tune in next week, please, 7 o'clock Pacific time on Facebook on Flagpole Productions. Remember, when we all work together, we make paintball bigger and better. So till next week, please play hard, play safe, play fair, get out there and play paintball. You guys take it easy now.